Hey folks, don't touch that dial. I'll be right back. Everybody's probably going, where in the heck is he? Hi, folks. Why do people always sigh when I'm about to say I'm first? Hi, Sheepish Sean. Hi, Joshua and Cherry and Dr. Indy and Copycat and TLS and Bree. And now Mike's going to come back and think I'm stupid. I don't think you're stupid. I think you're sheepish. Hi, Nate. How are you? Hi, Blizz. How are you? I'm good. I was fixing myself. I have to sit down for a second. You'll probably not see me for a second, but I'm here. Oh! The sun came out for a little bit today, so I went ahead and raked in the backyard, and the mosquitoes were ferocious. There were tons of them. All the wet leaves under the trees, I got rid of them all. Raked it, then I mowed everything. I thought I better mow while I got the spray. As if it does what it's supposed to do, I'm not going to be able to mow all week. And I don't like all that dead stuff back there. Whatever I did raking, now the squirrels are running around in the very back there looking for something. Maybe I raked up their stash and they're pissed. Oh, so yeah, I went to church today. I didn't get a lot out of it. We had a guest speaker and his wife. They were from Greenville. And it was kind of like a pep rally to get everybody to get on fire for God. And I don't know, man. Those don't do it for me. I feel like I need to preach. But I don't feel qualified to do any of that. I like my YouTube channel. That's enough. Oh yeah, Bree, I agree. Blizz, I'm good. How are you? How is Mr. Blizz? What am I having for dinner? Tonight is mac and cheese. Yesterday was ground chicken. And that was good. With black beans and rice. Bree, how are you? What do I need? This one, and tuna fish. Tuna fish. Gotta have tuna. I just did one this morning that was long. Ah, that's good, Blizz. Yeah, I did mine and it got hot and humid. I'm all right. Like I said, I like my pastor, the guest speaker. I mean, he's okay, but it didn't get anything out of it. But that's me. I'm a deeper person. Sometimes some of the messages from some people are like, I've heard them so many times, I like fresh and new. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a megalomaniac. Maybe I've got a problem with ego. I don't know. People are accusing me that lately. But I don't. There's a lot of preachers that I cannot listen to. They're boring. I feel like, man, I have more interesting topics to talk about than they do. And they're so one-dimensional. And, I need somebody who can reach me here. Anybody understand that? Why are you stressing, Bree? Is the people you root for losing, or? Well, this is a fine kettle of fish. Tuna lid never does. The can opener just doesn't get it all the way on the edge. You have to bend the metal back and forth to pop it off. Crazy. Try to be careful. I don't want to cut myself with those open can edges. In the kitchens, the prisoners will take these and they'll turn them into knives. And this will slice you good. I learned that by a guy out here that works for the prisons. He has to make sure that they all get disposed of properly. They have drones that actually fly to the dumpster and do drug drops to the prisons. If you can believe that. That's crazy. Drones are another thing that's becoming invasive. People can use it to watch a woman sunbathing in her backyard and spy, and I don't like that. Yes, it's like, because you're gripping the seat hoping that they get an edge. Thank you, Mandy. And I am not a pastor, but I listen to a lot of people and I'm like, I'll give you an illustration. Years ago, I was going to a church in Duluth. I had a friend named Aaron, and the regular pastor was out, so Eric preached. Eric was this bearded, woodsy guy, and he gave a message, and I was just sitting there going, oh boy. But after church, I looked at Aaron. I said, "What'd you think of Eric's message?" He says, and he called me Nels for Nelson. Rice cakes, Nels. Rice cakes. He said, that guy was so dry and boring, I slept. Nels, that's ridiculous. He can't preach. I was laughing so hard. I said, I know. That was crazy. Oh, look. She got a car in there now. Look at that. That's awesome. But thank you, Maddie. I take that as a compliment. But then this guest preacher today said something interesting. He said, you know, social media, they have people following. He says, we should be following Jesus. We shouldn't follow anybody on social media. And I agree. But he was like really harsh. I'm like, so does that mean nobody should follow my channel when I talk about God? I mean, how far do you want to take this? I mean, I tell people all the time, don't put me on a pedestal. But yeah, I want people to subscribe and stuff, but I want people to get something out of it. Well, thank you, Mandy. You know, we talk about a lot of issues. I mix secular with sacred and political with sexual. I mean, I have a unique thing here, and genuineness, and that's lacking. Genuineness is lacking today. I wrote a guy in Duluth. He had done a unique lake ship coming in the other day in Duluth, and I said, good video. I said, wow. I said, the side of that ship looks like it's scraped the Titanic iceberg a few times. And he responded and he said, thank you so much. He said, yeah, it's probably definitely hit a few things over the years. And I told him about my landlord was on the Arthur M. Anderson, and night the fifth ship went down. I said, I missed the ships and I missed Lake Superior. And he said, thank you for responding. He said, your comment really made my day. He said, that's cool. You know, when a channel responds, that just makes me want to go back to Duluth. The guy cared enough to respond, and we have a common interest in the ships. And, you know, you want connection, you know? Oh, well, cool, Nate. I hope you enjoyed dinner. Hi, Lisa. Yes, Bree. That's right, Mandy. That is totally right. I think I botched the lipstick. I think I got a little smudgy going on here. I tell you what, that is hard to do. It's not raining yet. That's the AC kicked on. Forced air. But it's not raining. But it's as they say in the South, it's fixing to rain. It's supposed to come in at 5. So better be here in 12 minutes to fire the meteorologist. Darn it. Thunderstorms tonight, late into the night. I hope we get some good stuff. Boy, when that sun did come out, let me tell you, oh, that humidity and that heat was cooking for a minute. That's going to be rough when this stuff all goes away. The Georgia full blast heat comes on. They fainted. Why? Did you look good in it, Lisa? Colette said I'm supposed to blot it off once. I never do that. Usually I just kiss myself and do weird things like that. That diffuses it a little bit. Shoot, I remember getting envelopes, swack, sealed with a kiss. When a girl would write me a letter. Now my lipstick's gonna get ruined. I'll have to reapply after dinner. Honey, I just put this on and now we're gonna eat. It's gonna ruin my lipstick. Now, I thank you guys for the community that you've made it. I thank you men and women for making this community work. It's been fun. And I look forward to you guys. I really do. Each and every one of you. And I'm not just blowing smoke. I don't have a life here. I mean, I have a life here, but my chat definitely helps. Yeah, I'm not a fan of dishes in the sink. I wash as I prepare my food. That way I can relax and I don't got a pile of stuff. Some people think I'm crazy, but I don't know. Just a tiny OCD perhaps. Peas and carrots. How may I direct your call? 1 can of tuna. Oh, I love mackerel fillets in the tin. I used to get those all the time, and now I can't find them. Mackerel fillets with good fish. I'd open those up at work outside the break room, and people would just give me all kinds of dirty looks. Mike, what are you eating that for? I said they're mackerel fillets. I'd eat the oysters, the smoked oysters, and the clams. There was one woman at Denver Schools. You better not open that in the break room. I said, have I ever opened that in here? I said, I think you're being a little bit rude, don't you think? Hi, Lisa. Mac and cheese. Hello, Hard Luck. How are you? I've never heard of bear tooth. Wow. With mirror. What is mirror? Hi, Tans. That's good, Hard Luck. Hi, Carl. Thank you, Carl. It is. And we got some good vibes here, and I like that. All right, now I need to do this. Blot my lips so I can eat my dinner. Lisa, mac and cheese goulash, tuna with peas and carrots. How many have tomorrow off? Me. You got it, Hard Luck. Oh, this bubbly burst is good stuff. I like the soda stream that Bridge gave me. That really is a nice thing. The hamburger helper stuff, yeah. I just create my own. That's good, Mandy. Come on and hang out with me. And the preacher did say something today that we all need to be reminded of. Take a moment to realize there were men who died overseas so that we could have our freedom. Imagine if Japan and Germany had won. It's coming, Jane. Got sunny just enough for me to rake the backyard and mow. I thought I better do it now. But now it's clouding up. My yard looks good. I raked under the trees back there. There was such a mess. But it's clouding up. The wind's beginning to blow, so it's moving something in. My burn barrel, I went to move it. The whole bottom's going like this. The whole thing's about to collapse on itself. I need to find another one. Poor burn barrel's had it. Hi, Finch. Oh, Bree, that sucks. Thank you, Joe King. Yeah, that's why I like to turn off chat sometimes, because I can go unhindered. And I like that. Pale? What's pale? Hi, Thomas. Renee, you are welcome to plant one. There's so much, it's that backyard. I mean, I could grow a garden, but oh my gosh, it'd just be more work. Central South Dakota, right on. We got somebody in here from South Dakota. So, how far from Pierre are you? Hey, Matthew. I'm sorry, Colette. I saw you and I was saying something. Hello, Colette. If you take your top off, I'm going to put my body over you and cover you so nobody else sees it. About an hour. That is one state, Western Mississippi, I have not been to. The only one. I've been through North Dakota. I've been through all Western Mississippi. The only states I have not been to, myself, are Virginia, north up the coast. So Virginia, Maryland, been to West Virginia, Rhode Island, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York. I've been as far east and north as Pennsylvania. I've been the entire South and Southeast. Hey, Gerald, how are you? I've never been to Connecticut, no. Don't be taking your shirt off now, Colette. I do free breast examinations. Naughty boy that I am. tomorrow may be my day of rest since I worked today cleaning up the yard. Renee, that'd be cool. No, New England I have not been to. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Did you, Renee? I've been across New Mexico, I-40, west-east, from Gallup to Tucumcari. Oh, did I miss something? Carlos, I'm not humiliating myself. I enjoy wearing this. If that bothers you, then I would suggest you go somewhere else, because I like to wear it. It's not BS. I'm in my house and it's comfortable. Yeah, you get nor'easters up there. Carlos, if you heard me this morning, Mike said, don't spray it. I sit on there, I dress strange and I do things differently, but my brain is sane. I don't know if you listened to the whole stream, but I did say that. And I had this on this morning. No, Thomas, as long as he gets it, he's fine. Some people have a problem with it, and if they realize it's just what I do and they can relax a little bit, it's good. I understand it's a shock for some. And I thank you all for sticking up for me, but Carlos, apology accepted, thank you. I'm different, man. I'm not trying to be a girl or nothing like that. I just do what I do for many, many reasons. Too many taxes, too many people. Me watching my TV, eyes bulging. Yes, Lisa, but he apologized after that. I don't think he was being sarcastic. We're done with it. Let's move on. Nobody apologizes. Carlos did, so I'm good. Yeah, no feisty, Lisa. You and I need to play wrestle together. When I was mowing the backyard, there were several new ant mounds. I'm like Calvin of Calvin and Hobbes. I said, oh, isn't this fun? First thing I did is I kicked it. Then I'd stand there and go like this. And they come flying up out of there. They had all their eggs and everything. Then I'd back the mower up and hold it right there. Ants flying everywhere. I'm mean. Colette is dancing. Fire ants suck, Mandy. They bite. They round my rocks right behind the fence. I went to move the fence or the rocks so I could mow and pull the weeds up. Them SOBs crawled up my hand. I was smacking them. They were biting me. I said, you know, guys, when you bite, you're gonna die. I hate them. They bit my hands. They don't leave any marks. Them things are like little sugar ants, and they just go, ah! They just hurt. Yeah, hard luck. Make sure there's no food in there. I had a Morton Girl salt container, and I had it in the plastic lock or sealable tub, but it was in there so long that it clumped up. I couldn't pour it out of there into the shaker. I'm like, son of a gun. So I went and dumped it on one of the anthills. Oh no, they came out and ate up all the salt. I'm like, good, eat that salt. It'll kill you. Oh no, they liked that. I wish I was there, Bree, watching it with you. We'd be yelling at the TV. Come on, man! Praying mantises are interesting. Really orange. Cayenne pepper, huh? Yeah, but that stuff ain't cheap. And these things, they just rebuild and rebuild. Every time it rains, the mounds just show up in the backyard. They just show up. We got black ants, fire ants, termites, chiggers, bed bugs down here, gnats. When I was raking under the trees, the mosquitoes were swarming, and I'm like, I'm sure I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. All them little red bumps where they were nipping at me. Crazy. What is this? Another oopie. I did not know that. Seasoning them. And we got the snakes too. I've never seen them in my yard. We got water moccasins, aka cottonmouths. We got rattlers and all manner of different snakes down here. Oh, it's come back strong, Matthew. I smell it more now than I ever did as a kid, even in California. People hid it more back then. You have a Bugatti? Really? I wish they had cheap ant mace. Take this to your queen. Destroy the queen, you destroy the colony. Oh, I thought you said bullfrog. I was going to say, Jeremiah has a bullfrog. Dun dun dun. Well, I never saw the snakes in my yard in Arizona, and I haven't here. However, they are here. I don't have any red pepper, no. Bugatti, I thought he was talking about a car. Hi, Twisted Kitty. He's lying. He doesn't have a Bugatti. Favorite? Chevelle, the old Chargers, GTO, Judge, Barracuda. Those were nice. Favorite vehicles, mostly trucks. Hi, Sandra, how are you? Muscle cars, yes. Oldsmobile with the original leather and man, you know they're not making no big cars no more. Crown Vic is done. The Park Avenue, the Lincoln Town Car, are they even making those anymore? Crown Vics were a comfortable ride. They were the police interceptors. A Bugatti is extremely expensive. Do you, Matthew? What year is it? They have a dealership not too far from the house, and they had loads of Crown Vics. Yes, 70s Charger. Yeah, hard luck. They want to shut your car off. They want to control you. They want to control you. Lincoln Continental. Ooh, old cop cars. Lisa, you're funny. Hi, Sean. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. How would you like to inherit everything in Jay Leno's garage? I wouldn't want all that. I'd want maybe one or two classic trucks, and that's it. The rest, I would sell. What did I do with that? That's too much. Worry about fire and weather and too much. Give me a classic nice truck, I'll drive it till the wheels fall off it. She's got a ticket to ride, she don't care. Cheeseburgers in paradise. Pack your bags, we leave tonight. We have lost a lot of mods. Colette is our faithful moderator. And Nikki too. We may I'll have to talk to Colette. We may have to induct maybe 2 more mods. I'd like an MGBGT. I remember the MGs. Hi, Anne-Marie. Happy Sunday to you, Anne, and welcome. Lisa, there's too much liability. Real estate is the way to go, safer. If I was rich, I'd buy New York and kick all the liberals out. Wouldn't that be funny? Mike Nelson just bought the entire state of New York today, and he's told the liberals they have 30 days to get out. Chicken and a biscuit. Where's the rain? It's after 5. Where is the rain? Oh, it did rain. What the heck? It blasted just a strips. The windows are all wet. And I didn't even hear it coming down. Wow, it was like a sunstorm. That's weird. But it's supposed to do this all night, so I'm sure it'll be back. Bike museum. They got a baseball bat museum down in Louisville, Kentucky at the Louisville Slugger plant. I think they have an original Babe Ruth bat in there. I forgot, bluegrass has been a regular too. What's up with that? My women moderators are the faithful ones now. My channel has become very much monopolized by ladies. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a whole new version of Charlie's Angels, Michael's Angels. Yay! Lisa's all excited. Bree knows quite a bit, actually, Colette. I'm pleasantly surprised. Her knowledge about transportation is pretty in-depth. I'm angel number 7. That's cute. 7 is my favorite number, Mandy. Angel 11 checking in for duty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the club gonna come alive. A little bit of Rita. Jessica is all I need. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. My last Pacific Ocean Asia was mostly men. Now it's mostly women. The channel's better than it was now. I'm more rounded in what I talk about. We got a good, lively, interactive crowd. Hands down. Hands down, Colette. You know what I'm going to say. I'm taking one for the team. This one is better. I wonder if they have a shoe museum of all the famous people and their smelly shoes. A bike museum? That is kind of funny. Do they have a kayak museum and a backpack museum? You know what's weird is this is how things go in our world. So if I became famous, just me as I am, nobody cares. But if I became famous, people would want to buy this. They'd want to buy this house. They'd want everything I owned, including the underwear. There's a lot of what did I just say? Snoo shifting. Imelda Marcos. Yeah, 3,000 pairs of shoes. Lisa, you know about that. She was corrupt as all get out. Michael's YouTube chat museum will make porcelain mannequin life-size dolls of all of the women on my chat behind glass display cases. I wonder what Colette would look like. I still don't know what she looks like. Tans, how are you? I know you're lurking or hiding back there. Lurking, that's a bad word. That's right, Hard Luck. I forgot about that. What is the name of the woman that played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz? Why do I keep getting... Is it Jean Harlow? What was her name? Really, Lisa? I want my doll to wear skinny jeans. Do you wear skinny jeans, Mandy? I don't have any girlfriends, Lisa. I flirt. I'm an equal opportunity flirter. I have flirted with Colette. I have flirted with almost all the women in here. Judy Garland, yes. I went to her house, which is now a museum in Grand Rapids. Took the kids on a bus trip there from Hibbing, Minnesota. I went in there because it was interesting. Something from the Jaws movie. Hey, Tans, you know what, you know how they knew what kind of shampoo the lady in Jaws used? They found her head and shoulders on the beach. Somebody told me that years ago. I said, you know what, that ain't right. You have family in Hibbing, no kidding. Lisa Minnelli turned 80. I like that. I'm an inspiration for flirting. We're going to have a flirting class at 7 p.m. tonight. Cost is $10. You got to buy your own dinner. Beth, you're funny. How old is Beth? Out of many, one. Risa read the title of the video. E Pluribus Unum. Very good. You get a gold star. Too bad I can't pin one on the room. That'd be cool. I'd give people gold stars. I wish they could do something with YouTube where somebody's acting up, I can give them a toilet bowl. And the next ID shows the toilet. What did I get that for? Because you're full of crap. Go away. That'd be funny. Too old. I'm 60, Elizabeth. Come on. You're 1 year older than me. Ooh, that's just such an age spread. Such an age spread. Man. And no wagering. I don't bet. I remember when we were kids, we used to do all that. I swear. Our grandmother said, I don't want to hear you guys say, I swear to God. That needs to stop. We used to say that, I swear to God. My sister used to say, I swear to God on a stack of Bibles all the way to heaven. Yeah, and my sister was a liar. Seize the day. Hi, Anthony. Older guys are just silver foxes. The Barber Museum. What? Clippers and scissors and barber chairs? Remember the thing they used to put over women's heads in there? What were those? The dryers for perms or whatever they... Yep, crap in a toilet. I love the poop emoji. That's classic. Our supervisor has one, and in the safety meetings, sometimes he'll just pick it up and throw it at somebody. I said, I want one of those. Smithsonian has a toothpick museum. Matthew, thanks for coming in. Have a good evening. Do they have a condom museum? Used toothpicks. Giant heat helmets, yes. One of my friends who used to drive a bus is now a school teacher. She sent me this. Today I got out of church, turned my phone on. That's a picture of me with my coworkers at work, at transportation. That lady in the red shirt is so freaking cool. She's like, how's Mike? Very nice lady. That lady was a very kind person to me, always. She's a bus monitor, and she was cool. An ABC gum museum. That's Prince's chewed gum. That's Jackson's chewed gum. They didn't have chewing gum when Babe Ruth was up to bat, did they? Hello, lunatic Lisa. How are you? Wow. I remember Laidlaw and Mayflower Laidlaw. Now it's Durham School Services has taken over a lot of that. Happy Sunday to you, Lisa. Oh, that sucks, Mandy. Thank you, Lisa. This is a friend of mine I called today. 67 years old. She's been enrolled in school for medical stuff. And she's the one I told about in the video this morning. She lived in a single-wide mobile home, and every time she'd go to town, the local boys would rob the hell out of it. She finally got out of there. She's with a boyfriend who's younger than her. And I said, well, good for you that you got you're going to college, and she's working 9 to 5 and studying, and she's tired, but 67, still going. Still going. She used to come over here and watch me do my projects and stuff. Lisa, where are you at? What state are you in? This is my dream bedroom. I love those windows. Oh my gosh. I love that pirate ship look where the back and where the windows lean out. That is so cool. I would love a room like that with that light up there that looks like candles, and the built-in bookcases with the sailing ships, and the built-in tapestry bed with the curtains. Oh man. Yeah, I love it. In my story of the micro, that's the way I built the bedroom in my house in Casiguran. I found that picture and I said, yeah, that is cool. Lisa, I gotta call her. I'm trying to call her Lisa instead of lunatic because she's not a lunatic. We said it at the same time. Beauty is pain. Why is beauty pain? And that kind of looked like the way I had Edith in my story. She loved navigation and she's poring over charts at the table, getting ready for our next voyage to wherever. People are crazy lunatics today. Skinny, you all talk about skinny jeans, that's funny. How about skinny skirts? Yeah, Renee, I love that. And what you can't see because it's cut off is there's this built-in bed and it's got the purple curtains with the sash that pulls them back. I'm like, that is cool. Oh, Colette. She's pleading the woman fifth again. What can I say? High heels. Look, I was going to the store the other day to buy panties and I got all nervous. I thought, I am not going to go in there by myself, have all these women putting the stuff away, and I'm in there looking at panties. Some white woman saw me and was giving me the eyeball. I should have just looked at her and said, hey, baby, do you know how to size me up with underoos? Problem with panties is you can't just take them to the dressing room and try them on. That would be bad. I don't know if that's from a video game or not, Mandy. I just downloaded it off the internet. Well, shoot, I got a wardrobe. Girlfriend moved in. She's got her own room and a wardrobe. Michael, whose clothes are these? They're mine. What? I love them. They fit me perfectly. Baby, that's awesome. Now we can share each other's clothes. Oh, got you, Colette. Yes, Renee. Amen. All right, Mandy. Thank you, Elizabeth. I like the black lace on me. It's kind of got a goth thing going. Tans, are you still in the house? This is a picture of politicians. You like that? That's a picture of political leaders. Thank you, K-Jav. Lisa, that's easy to do because I'm small. Did you really have a Mandy? What looks dark and dingy and looks like it has cobwebs? I don't do cobwebs. Hi, Tans. Glad you're here. What is dark and dingy? That room is not dark and dingy. The problem with Colette, she would not like anything I do in the house. I like that room because the lighting is not bright. It's a man cave room, man. Men need a room like that. Did you, Denola? And hello, Denola. I wasn't traumatized, but my cousin and I to this day still talk about that was the biggest scam of our childhood. You're poking me with a long stick. Fair enough. Hi, Summer. Sea monkeys. Hey, Tams. Well, no, I have to be careful. I wish everybody send me a picture of themselves so I could flash it and show everybody what everybody looks like. Wow, that's a wild dream. I was going to ask, could I show your picture that you sent me a while ago to show people what you looked like or look like? I think you said that was an older photo. The sea monkeys, yes. Discord, Lisa Ann. Yes, Mandy. I'll never get to know what Colette looks like. She's never going to let me see her. Never. I haven't even begged her. She's a moderator. I have no idea what she looks like. Can't you do what you when it's a stream? I don't know how that works, Lisa. Hi, Liz. How do you put a picture on the website? It's okay. See, I always want to get permission. Isn't that cute? That's Tams. She was 22. Look at that. Big old smile. Beautiful long hair. That would be awesome, Lisa. Yes, lunatic, sea monkeys. Yeah, she's got very cool eyes. Thank you, Tans, but I always ask permission because I don't like to offend people and overstep bounds. Summer, that's Tans. She was 22 years old. My phone is being an auto? What do you mean, Dr. Indy? Hi, trucker. Thank you, Towns. And if you'd have said no, I would have respected it. Lisa, go to Discord. I'm 77 Titanic 77. And you can send a friend request. Mob Rules came up with this. Right after I got my hair cut, I said, oh my gosh, he used AI. Now I admit that'd be funny to have a box with this little ocean heart doll. That is absolutely funny. With the key necklace and everything. Right on, Bree. Colette, fair enough, and I would never push. And I'm sorry that you've been through all that. Yeah, Mandy. I may ask, who is this? Just tell me who you are. You forgot about this, Colette. You don't remember in February? That is my backyard. And I was playing the song, oh, the weather outside is frightful. The fire inside is delightful. Cheese. Hi, Frog. How are you? Seven Titanic 7-7. I can't answer it now, but I will. Send a picture. The next chat, we'll do chat roulette. You guys send me your pictures, and we'll show everybody off in there if you guys are willing. Must be clothed. Bathing suits are okay, but it is YouTube. We don't want anything getting censored. Are you serious, Colette? Are you going to lambaste me in front of everybody? I am joking with you and teasing you because you do it to me. I have never intentionally tried to hurt you. This is February this year. Because I did a video and I thought you saw it. It is summer. Colette, be nice to me, or I'm going to spank you with a wet spaghetti noodle. Why, Danola? It's snow, Mandy. It is snowing in my backyard. Look, I'm going to show you something. And this is Georgia. It don't do that normally. Well, that was a fast little squall. Where'd the rest of it go? I want to do like I did last night. Rip the heavens open. It was right back here. It was right back here. Just in February. Look at my big old bloom. Glowing in the sun. Look at that yard, man. I'm glad I mowed it today. The sun was not supposed to come out today. I hope this isn't going to go away on us. I was hoping for 11 days of rain fest and cooler weather. Too many mosquitoes today. They are really... Brandy Candy! Oh, my word. Princess Brandy's in the house. Wow, Danola, that's messed up. You know how to whistle? Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Sometimes I can't. If my lips are too dry, I can't whistle. Thanks for the flowers, Brandy. Even guys like flowers. Not as in go buy, but I love flowers. Yeah, Beth, you got to watch the heat down here. It's brutal. The humidity's probably right around 100% with all this rain. So, yeah, it's cooking out there. I mean, it's not as bad now, but once the storms and the cloud cover leave, it's going to get roaring hot down here. Look at all the flowers. You don't send me flowers anymore. Two of us, two Beths. There's a song about Brandy. There's a song about Mandy. That was by, what was his name? Barry Manilow. Oh, you came and I stopped you from shaking. Da-da-da-da-da-da, oh, Mandy. You remember that, Mandy? No, Colette, and I wouldn't do it to you either. Never. Oh, really? I remember the group Boston. Four days, wow. Oh, I see the other Elizabeth, that's why. Did you really throw your phone? Bree, that's expensive. Don't do that. I was at the flea market and that woman that I had her picture up here, the black woman, her phone was acting up and right in front of me, she slapped it real hard. I said, hold on, let me look at it. And the screen went. I said, you just wrecked it. Are you serious? I said, look what it's doing. You tweaked it, man. You can't hit it like that. Shit. I'm careful with my phone. It's too expensive. Really, Lisa? Hello, Davis. What is me am? What is all that? Oh, my bubbly burst. So good. Bree, she went into a rage. She's got formula rage, baby. STD? You happy you got an STD? Oh, I turn mine off. Before I do a live video, I boot the system. Doctor, doctor, can't you see I'm burning, burning? I have a picture that hangs on the wall. Remember Thompson twins? Hi, Reor, Holland. How are you? Thompson twins had some good music. That's good, Holland. Hey, thanks for coming in, Lisa. Have a good evening and be careful walking the little doggies. Your first album was Thompson Twins, really? Who has their music up loud? You mean at your place? Did you really see them? That's cool. I never had a Thompson Twins album. I liked them, but I never went out and bought an album. I bought the group, yes. Owner of a lonely heart. One of the guys from Yes went over, and I can't remember who the other one from another band, and they formed Asia. Oh yes, Steve-O was awesome. When a problem comes along, you must whip it. Colette, you need to pray that I get rich. You need to be Matt. You need somebody to watch over you sometimes, and at least I think it'd be awesome. You and Tans both. I have a soft spot for both of you. We need to bring Tans to New Zealand. That'd be way better for her than England with Starmer. Oh, I had a double album of ABBA. I played that thing constantly. Love the song Eagle, one of my all-time favorites to this day. Money, 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 it's not funny in a rich man's world. Dancing Queen, Chiquitita, Fernando. Oh, fabulous band. Little River Band was awesome. I would so do that. I'd rather bring Tans to New Zealand than here. This country's going down the toilet. I might go to New Zealand if I could. Snap. First album purchase, Mandy. Danola bought Van Halen. Hi, Paul. How are you? Let me talk to Colette on Discord and we'll talk about it, Princess. We gotta talk about it. Because I made a decision with Mob and others that we have to get approval. But I will definitely consider that. Princess, how are you? How was your day? Ventura Highway. Na 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 na. Oh, Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man that he didn't already have. Mine was now 10. Commodores. How was it, Carl? Was it worth the watch? Did you catch any fish, Paul? You're just trying to live up. What do you mean? Oh, thanks for the kisses and the hearts. Wendy, yes. Brandy, she's a fine girl. What a good wife she would be. Do 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 do. So I had this idea. I could never get it off the ground. I said I don't want a big house for myself. But my chatters, I see the need for community, but you have to be careful because sometimes communal living has its dangers. But I think it'd be fun to have a big, stone house, turn of the century, beautiful, hardwood, everything with rooms, and move people in where their expenses were extremely low. You have jigsaw puzzles, we have community, eat together, look out. Wouldn't that be awesome to do that? But they've tried communes back in the 60s and they had problems, Thank you, Holland. I appreciate that. Princess, absolutely. But oh, got you, brother. I will call you tomorrow. You still work at Amazon? I got the text from him, so he's probably watching my live at work. Or listening on his iPod or his Bluetooth. That would be great. Brandy, what would happen if we kissed for the first time? Rubbing sticks and stones together make the sparks ignite. Gonna have ourselves afternoon delight. Remember, that's sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight. I'm so silly. I think so. Here, put it right there on the kisser, Brandy. Just call me Colette, it's less to type. Remember Afternoon Delight, Renee? Who sang that song? Hey, Tans, let me show you something. I wish I had my stuff from Hong Kong, but I don't. So let me show you something. If you got any of this in the UK or somebody can pick it up for you, this helps with coughing. I would recommend the Hong Kong stuff, but if you don't have that there, you need to get this. Pull it out of here. You ever heard of Vicks? Do you have that there? You take that stuff out, you smear it just above your bosom, all right here. I always put it right here in my little vocal, the little soft spot. Rub here and on my chest, and the vapors go through the chest, and it will subdue the coughing so I can sleep at night. At least it does work for me. Strongly recommend you do that. Bree, we can talk about that too. I will talk to Colette. I'll make a motion for Bree and Brandy. Because I believe Bree would be fair, and I think Brandy would too. I think you're reasonable and wouldn't be ridiculous. We had a problem in the beginning. Some people were just throwing people. I love Sam, but Sam was accidentally throwing good people out of the room. I'm like, Sam, they didn't do anything. Yes, Tans, try that. When I got COVID, 4 days after COVID hit, got that little, I'm like, you know what? And I slathered the rest of my Hong Kong Tiger Balm. And knocked the cough down so I could sleep at night. Renee, do not put Vicks in your eyeballs. Oh my gosh, that'll sting. Oh man, that is unmerciful. What's the iPad kid cough? Oh, fair enough, Bree. Colette is kind of, Colette has rights with me that I don't give most women. Manuka. Oh, I wish I could get some of that, Colette. I like different flavors of honey. I love clover honey the best. But local honey is always best for dealing with seasonal allergies. Not over. I was going to say, Renee, you put that stuff on your eyes, then you got another problem. Vicks in the eyes is that. Oh my gosh, that's murder. I don't know if they do it anymore, but the old Vicks, I believe, used to have turpentine in it. That's too much. Too much. Ginger chews coming out of my ears. That's awesome. One must always be fully stocked with ginger chews. And you need these, Tans. I don't know if they got them in the UK. Check with your mom. Cough drops suck. Ginger chews is where it's at. Man, I used to hate that. Somebody get a cough and you're watching TV. You're watching a movie and then somebody, man, go in the other room. I never did that, Colette. I didn't even think about that. The other thing you can do, Tans, is the neti pot. The ladies could tell you how to do the neti pot better than I could. Neti pot usually help with sinuses, but it may help with the coughing. Ladies, you know about the neti pot, right? Oh my gosh, Avita. That's so stupid. They got cameras in there too, don't they? I'm glad you weren't in there when it happened. Princess, they're good. Look. I get all the different stuff. This is $3.49. I don't know how many are in there. It doesn't say. But there's a bunch. These are good. Then I get the assorted ones. They got the mango flavored. Lemon, lychee, blood orange, mango. Yeah. Happiness is being stocked up on ginger juice. Jim Beam and honey, I've heard that. Yeah, Vito, I'm glad you didn't go in the store when the robbery took place. I would have stopped. Lord, we pray for Tans. Please keep your hand on her with her difficulties. I thank you that her mother keeps in touch with her and her boyfriend keeps in touch with her. And we pray that you'd help her through this difficult time. Thank you that she's in Christ, Lord. Thank you for what an encouragement she's been to myself and Ida and other people here in the chat as well. We pray, God, that you'd keep her in your hand and give her your peace. We pray that you'd help her to get over this cough and whatever else is ailing her. In Jesus' name, amen. I wish there was a way to stop a robber just quick. There was an idiot on the subway. There's a YouTube video. Some lady sat out on the train and this random guy just walked up and was screaming at her. She didn't do a thing. She sat on a seat. He's standing over her. And some white guy come up behind him. He had sweatpants on. And he just came up and pulled his sweatpants straight down. And the guy's yelling and he went, and got off. I'm like, that was awesome. Carol, what does Vicks on the bottom of the footies do? Is that more like acupuncture thing? Brandy, are you still in here? Really, Carol, I did not know that. I wish so bad that YouTube had an option where you guys could actually speak. I could click on your ID and then you can hit the microphone and talk and we could all hear. Janolan, I messaged her about that. She said if it goes to a certain point, she will. Chamomile, yes, Renee, good call. Yeah, Tans, I don't want to not see you. I don't want to not see you here. But the beautiful thing is, Tans, is you know Christ. And no things can be intimidating. When we have God, that should take away the edge. What a good wife she will be. Brandy, cut out on me, doggone her. What causes that, Danola? Carol, my grandmother, when she was alive, used something called pneumatizing. Pneumatism. She'd put this clay-like stuff on your chest, plastic over it. I had a nasty cold, came down from Mammoth to SoCal. Staying at Grandma, you need some pneumatizing. I said, no, Grandma, I don't want that. You know, she put that on my chest. It was heavy. I actually went to bed. And the morning, all that broke loose. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Grandma's stuff worked. I told you, Michael. I've been using that pneumatism, and that'll knock that cold right out of you. I don't think anybody's heard of that I've mentioned that to. Ladies, I want to say something. It may shock you. I know I live in my world over here, but it pains me that both you and Colette and others go through this stuff. You guys have caused me to pray a little bit more, and that's good, but I wish I could wave a magic wand and make all the problems go away. Did you, Mandy? Yeah, I'm learning stuff too. All the doctors are in the house. Brandy, where'd you go? I'm not done flirting with you. That's funny. That's funny. Baby, take the time, do it right. You can do it, baby. Do it tonight. All right. So, very disappointing. Gravity sent something along with that fish. Never made it here. She bought it as 2-3 day priority mail. It's been way over a week. She said there was something else I sent, forget about the fish. I just messaged her, I said it never came. I tell you, our postal service is going down the potty. Even in my work, we use FedEx, UPS, as well as semi-trucks for freight. Different freight companies for the big pallet skids. A lot of stuff I box up goes United States Postal Service, FedEx, UPS. We can ship up to 150 pounds a box. I never do 150 pounds in a box though. That's too, I can't even lift that. I can lift 100 pounds, but that's pushing it. I mean, I am getting older. The post office has not been coming to pick up the parcels. So we've had to have somebody get in the truck, load them up, and take them to the post office before quitting time. Post office has been doing cutbacks. UPS has been laying people off. Amazon's been doing it. They're all going over to robots and AI and what have you. Colette. Really, Carol, they don't have, what size of a town do you live in? When I was in Denver, they had I can't remember the name of the little Isuzu trucks. They carried oxygen bottles and deliver them all over to people's homes and nursing homes and stuff. Everybody keeps talking about ivermectin. I still don't know what it is. Hi, Gail. How are you? I'm going to lean back. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to imagine a world with no more suffering, no more taxes, no more shrieks and screams, no more squirrels and mice and fire ants and cockroaches and termites. Wow. Kentucky. You know, Renee, that's what I thought. I thought I heard of it in context with pets. Yeah, Vita, that's a day being late paid off. Do you? Oh, well, wouldn't that look sexy and sensual? No more snaky snakes, yes. My opinion, make sure that you don't have bronchitis or pneumonia. Right now in Augusta's weird. We're getting hot. We actually, and I'd never had this anywhere I live but here, we can get summer colds. And they're a kick in the butt. Thank you, Jan, and welcome. How are you? Hi, Blondie. Wait a minute. Oh, it's going so fast I can't read Blondie's message. Yeah, Blondie, I just learned that. Really, Denola, that's wild. Yes, Tans. Sorry to be pushy, but don't play with that. I care about you, girl. I would cry. I would cry if something happened to some of you because I've gotten to know you. There was a gal in the Philippines that I was talking to years ago. Beautiful. And she was doing, she worked in UAE and she prepared food. She was hired, prepared food, 5-star chef quality. I mean, presentation. She posted her stuff on her Facebook. Her name was Ness, or not Ness. What was her name? Why am I drawing? It was a different name. We talked video chat. She said, Michael, I'm so tired. I do this so I can put my son through college, but she said, because of COVID, they lock us down. We can't go. My contract is over, but they won't let us go back. So the lady overworked me. I said, do you get any sleep at night? She goes, Michael, not much. We had a couple more chats, and we would always send reactions to each other's posts. One day she didn't react. I messaged her, are you there? 2 weeks went by, and I thought, that's not like her. No new posts on her page. She always put the food pictures of what she had made for the business. I looked into her friends list. I found another Filipino. I said, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm friends. What's going on? Michael, she died. She had brain aneurysm. I was like, oh my gosh. I said thank you. When we talked live video, I got off and I cried. Because I got to know her. And she said, I'm gonna message her son and tell him to get in touch with you since you were the last person to talk to her. I said, do that. He called me. He says, you knew my mom. I said, yes, sir. I said, I want you to know that your mother told me the only reason she was over there is she's trying to save for your college. I said, your mother gave her all for you. Ellie, I don't know where she is, Colette. I haven't seen her in a minute either. I hope she's okay because, you know, she's riding around on a bicycle or a motor scooter in the dark. That's, you know, they're not wildly violent towards the girls, but girls are still in danger over there. Yeah, it was tough. And the son, we kept in touch. He said, you know, Michael, it was her employer. I said, I know it was. She told me. Yeah, they ship her body to Manila, but I'm in Mindanao, and I told them, how am I supposed to get it from Manila? I said, you know, they treat domestic helpers like slaves. It was awful. And I cried. I mean, I turned off the chat and everything, and I just said, wow, she's gone. And I know I never met her. And he asked me, he said, would you have tried to come over to see your mother? I said, her? Yes. She was not like any of the other Filipinos. I said she was high class. She did her work very well, and she was absolute fun to talk to. But I tell you what, 2020 changed so much, not just in America, but globally. And I feel an aching for both Tans and Colette. I feel an aching because they're both alone. And they're not wimps. But it bothers me that a woman is by herself going through their stuff. Shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be like that. Yes, Carol, and I did. Tans, I know. It's just that I know you're alone and it bothers me. That's right, Joshua. Compassion needs to be a hallmark of us as Christians. If you don't have compassion, you don't got nothing. What did you do, Renee? Now you got me curious. Wow, 88-year-old on a three-wheeler. They still got three-wheelers. That's right, Joshua. Yes, William. How are you, William? I'm not going to reveal names on this one, but when somebody messages me and says, "You're the only one that checked on me," I don't take that lightly. That's good, William. $12 years, wow. Joshua, that's the reality for me. I mean, even the lady that sent me the text, I don't know if this has happened to any of you guys, but let's roll this beautiful bean footage. Out in Augusta, I got a couple ladies that I'm friends with. One's married, and there's no hocus pocus. We both work together, transportation, and then one still does. We keep in touch. I just called her the other day. Johnita was a bus monitor. She now does the, what do they call it? Like the in-home care for, I think they have 2 or 4 people in a home. Her and another woman to watch that home for their shift. But I notice when I talk to one, we'll be talking about, oh, hold up, Mike, I'm going to get that call. I'll call you right back. Then it's not just me. This is what they do out here. This is what they do. And they don't call back. Once they do that, I'm like, I might as well go outside and mow because they ain't going to call. People, the culture out here will interrupt a conversation with me if anybody else calls their phone. Me, when I'm talking to somebody and my phone rings, I'm like, I'll get that later. There's a breakdown. There's a big breakdown. Renee, where are you at? Hi, Don. My opinion, I appreciate you for sharing, but I will be honest with you. I don't believe Islam is compassionate. I don't hate you, but I'm not a fan of Islam because, well, they kind of blew up our trade towers and they've done a lot of stuff in the world that's anything but compassionate. And I'll just leave it at that. I believe God, Jesus Christ, is compassionate. Don, how are you? Agree, Renee. You know, William, that's a good way to look at it. I'm doing all right for a Sunday fun day, no work tomorrow. That's a plus. I like that, Tans. William, profoundly true. Okay, Michael, I'll let you crack on. I will never forget Tans's voice. She could run an evening radio program. I could lay down on my bed to that voice, and she's very calming. She's a female Bob Ross. Renee, you're close to me. Wow. Yes, Jane, that is one of my favorite songs. It was a one-hit wonder. I heard it growing up as a kid in Los Angeles. Take a trip beside the ocean. Da 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 da. Moonlight feels right. Very unique. There was a couple of one-hit wonders. They were the best. Mungo Jerry, in the summertime. Da 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 da. I got women on my mind. It Never Rains in Southern California. All of those were one-hit wonders. And you wonder why only one song? Those were good. Never made an album. Never, never came back. I judge a religion based on the word of God, my opinion. God said, "Thou shalt have no other gods before thee." And I don't believe in Allah. I believe in Elohim. In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. And Elohim is Trinity, the three in one. The Quran was written many, many years after the Bible by Muhammad. And Muhammad definitely had his problems. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, yes. That's right, Mandy. But, my opinion, you've been respectful, and I appreciate that. Amen, Bruce. How are you, Bruce? Paul said, if we or an angel from heaven preach to you a gospel than what we first delivered to you, let him be accursed. That's what it says. We accept no other gospel. Jesus Christ is Lord. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Salvation is found in no other but Jesus. Yawning is awesome. I don't know what makes it happen, but it's fascinating. Yawning. I'm all right, Bruce. That's right, Tans. It is, Mandy. Why is that? No cure for the common yawn. That's awesome, Danola. But my opinion, I don't have to read that. You know, bankers that work with money all day, they don't study the counterfeit. They handle the real so much they can spot counterfeit. Jesus saved me in 1985. I've read about Islam. I've read about the tenets of their faith. It doesn't line up with the word. I'm getting sleepy. Well, that's good, my opinion. We got to have some humor on here because sometimes it gets too serious. Well, Blondie, the Quran actually does teach death to the infidel. It does say in the Quran, all that convert not to Allah slay. It does say that. God doesn't tell us to slay people that don't convert to Christianity. Blondie, how could somebody who's killing Cheerios call himself a Christian? That's crazy. How could they do that? That's right, Greg. Renee, come here and massage my scalp, Renee, and I'll be gone. I'm not being a pig. I mean, just a woman to run her fingers through my hair and massage my scalp would be divine. The simple things. The simple things are good. Remember the cartoons? Your name is Elizabeth? Are you serious? We got 3 Elizabeths in here. I'm all right, Greg. Glad tomorrow's a holiday. Did you, Colette? I don't know if he was a believer, Mandy. That part I'm not sure of. I mean, he knew God, but did he put his faith in him? We don't know. I don't find that it says he followed God. He went on to become a hunter. I'm losing it, folks. He was so that he wouldn't be murdered. So maybe he was a believer. I don't know. I never thought about that, to be honest with you. Love that my YouTube reset on me. Bree, what is going on with your phone? That's because you threw it across the room. Don't do that. Or I'm going to come over there and sit on your lap and say, stop abusing your phone. Now, you don't hardly know anything. Come on, Mandy, that's not true. You know what? You're right. Matchsticks. Oh, that sounds painful, Colette. Ugh. Makes my eyes shudder. I don't believe that Catholicism and Christianity are synonymous. Catholicism is a religion. They hold to some tenets of Bible, but they hold to a lot of stuff that's non-biblical. Papal system, the papacy, penance, Mariolatry, co-redemptrix, rosary beads, lots and lots. The whole priesthood thing. Yeah, they're definitely out there. I'm sorry, folks. My body is tired. My opinion, I have Cash App. I don't know if you have it over there. It's the only way. All one word, Pacific Ocean Asia 77. I'm going to, my opinion, or Elizabeth. Colette, you behave yourself now. Danola, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming in. It was good to see everybody. I love you guys. Yes, step up to the mic, Elizabeth. Step up to the mic. Peter was never a pope, Jane. That's a misnomer by Catholic historians. We can talk about that. I won't now because that's a huge, huge video topic for sure. All right, you guys, have a good evening. Be safe. Have a good and godly evening. Fans, friends, and flirts. Martin Luther was absolutely directed by God to stand up and nail his 95 Theses to the church doors of Wittenberg. That's some good subject stuff there, William. All right, you guys, take care. Next time, God willing.